Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog. I am currently reading this book. This is Miss Pettigrew, Lives for a Day by Winifred Watson. Now, I showed this in my last reading vlog, my Cornwall vlog, and I didn't get around to reading it at all, and all the comments were like, oh my god Hannah, this is my favourite book, you should have read it, it's an amazing book, you need to go back, you need to read it. So because you guys have hyped it so much, I'm going to read it. So far it's about a woman called Miss Pettigrew, who she takes up roles as kind of like a nanny or a housekeeper. She's very dowdy, she's never lived her own life, she's just been in those kind of roles in other people's houses. So she takes up a position to be a nanny to 2 children, and she arrives at this house and there's this glamorous blonde woman in negligee and she can't see any children. And so far she's just helping this woman with 2 men because she's dating 2 men at the same time. So she's ferrying one man out the way and then another one's coming in, and this blonde woman's very scandalous and glamorous, and this is just her whole day. So each chapter is a different time stamp. I'm on page 49 so far. So chapter 3 is 11:35 to 12:52. So it's just taking you through the day. That's the whole entire book. And Miss Pettigrew, like, she is not used to this like glamorous lifestyle and this like scandalous lifestyle. She's kind of in shock but thrilled at the same time, and she's like, I've never lived life and now I'm finally getting like a little peek into it. And she has to play different roles for the different men. So for one of them, the woman whose house she's at, the woman's like, oh, get rid of that man. So she's like, okay, and like creates this whole different role of who she is to get rid of this man. It reminds me a lot of Anita Lou's Gentlemen Prefer Blonde, a very kind of charming book. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm now going to go out to town though because I need to run some errands, and I'm going to see if I can get myself some Halloween things. I have been informed, someone messaged me on Instagram and said, Hannah, TK Maxx, Bristol Town Centre, they've got Halloween in. So I'm going to go and try and snatch up some Halloween stuff. I'm back in the flat and I have just filmed an exciting video that you would already seen because you're from the future, but it's exciting in my world right now because I'm still living in the past. I am doing a video every day. You would already know this information, but for me, I'm like so excited. I don't even feel like nervous about it at all. I'm just so excited that I finally said, like, I think I'm gonna upload a video every day, probably for the rest of the year. Like, I might miss a few days, but I'm gonna be like doing daily videos, and I'm so excited for it because I have so many videos to put up. So back to like the main topic, the most important thing we should be talking about. Did you see all that Halloween stuff in TK Maxx? None of the other stores were doing anything though, and I went into loads of different stores and they had no Halloween whatsoever. TK Maxx, they were doing amazingly. TK Maxx and HomeSense are owned by the same company, so you find the same stuff in both stores. But TK Maxx, great. I went to Home Sense the other day, they had some great things, and I only got one thing from TK Maxx because a lot of their stuff, every year it's the same stuff that they bring out, and I've bought a lot of those pumpkins and stuff. But I got this, and these are, they say they are kitchen towels, but they're like normal towel material, you know, that you use to wash your body, like really soft. So I'm actually going to use these as hand towels in my bathroom, and they have candy corn, which we don't actually have in England. You have it in America. They have stars, pumpkins. It's all very Halloweeny, it's all very cute. I like cutesy Halloween, so like pumpkins, not really scary Halloween, but like kids Halloween I love. So I loved these. You get 2 of these little hand towels, which I'll keep up all year round because it's my style. That was $4.99 for both, and I think they're really nice. I'll show you the size. Here is the size of the hand towel. So they're actually quite big hand towel, like you could wrap your like hair in it to keep your hair, oh girl, yep, to keep my hair like nice and dry. I like them. They're not, oh my god, I'm like a mess. They're not, look at me, dishevelled. They are not what I would call kitchen towels. I don't use like soft material on my kitchen towels. I like a rougher kitchen towel. Look at me, like you care about like my kitchen towel connoisseuring ways. Like, well, the kind of fabric I like. But these are really soft, so they would be just great for like hand towels in the bathroom. How many times am I going to say this? I'm going to end this clip now. I'm going to carry on reading my book. I'm really enjoying it, but I'm like, can you tell I'm like very excited that Halloween is in the shops and I got some lovely Halloween towels. It's a different day and I'm in the car, but I'm going to go to Hobbycraft and see if they've got any Halloween stuff. And then I'm going to have a look in the range because I have a sneaky feeling that they've got Halloween stuff because they put that stuff up really early. This is nothing to do with like the reading vlog, but I know a lot of you like Halloween like myself, so I'm going to have a quick peek. I have just got back, so I thought I'd show you what I got. So first up I went into Hobbycraft, and they had some like quite nice stuff. I got this, which I love, which is paper garland, because my kind of Halloween is just pumpkins. Anything pumpkin, I'm obsessed. Kind of old vintage Halloween stuff I love. So this is a 3-meter garland. This was £1 and I got that from Hobbycraft. I then went into the range, and the range are on it. The range had so much stuff, and I got these two. They were £1 each. They are glass, just tea light holders, and I got 2 so I can put them on me and Dom's bedside tables. And I just thought they were really like cute. You could hang them up somewhere if you, oh my god, I've like sellotaped it down, but you could hang it up somewhere if you wanted. They're just really sweet, and I thought for £1 each they were really cute. So that's all I got. Pumpkins. Sensing a theme for my Halloween, I've only bought things with pumpkins on because I just love them. I think they're so cute. I have just read aloud some more chapters from Madame Bovary. I'm reading this aloud on my channel. I've got a playlist if you want to catch up with it, and I'm just every like once a week I'm reading a few more chapters from it. I am really enjoying this. I'm on page 42 and I feel like it's hotting up now. It's about a woman who, she's kind of from the countryside, she's young, and she has these idolised visions of what she thinks love and passion and romance is supposed to be. And then there's this man called Charles Bovary, and he has married a much older woman, and he's like living in misery with her, and then she dies and he meets Emma, the young girl who has like these visions of what love should be, and he falls instantly in love with her, and he's just kind of bewitched by her. Those two get married, and then once they're married, Emma becomes Emma Bovary, and she's now like, oh, like I don't feel the passion. I don't feel the fires of desire like I thought I would. And that's all I've got up to at this point. So I'm excited to carry on reading it. Please comment down below if you're actually reading this along with me. If you like my reading along of this, let me know. I have not filmed any clips for a few days, and that's because my parents actually came down to visit us. So they came on Friday and they stayed with us in the flat and then went Sunday, and it's now the next day, bank holiday Monday. So we took them around Bristol. We went to the Lanes in Bristol, which I highly recommend. It's like this really old like bowling place, and it's got a bar and sometimes there's live music, and it's really nice like vibe and everything about it. So we took them to the Lanes, we took them all around Bristol, and we just hung out with them, went out for drinks and meals and things, and just kind of went to loads of different parts of Bristol that we haven't been to before, because my parents are actually helping us buy somewhere, because we currently rent a flat at the moment, but we really want to buy our own place, and without them we just wouldn't be able to afford to buy our own place, if I'm being completely honest. So my parents came and like looked at different areas with us, and it was really great, so I couldn't like film anything. So I'm just going to update you on what I have been reading. So last time I spoke to you, I was reading Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day. Loving it. So good, so beautiful and brilliant. I mean, the pencil sketches as well are stunning. There's not pictures on every single page, but when there is, they're absolutely gorgeous, and I'm loving it so far. But I'm reading all the books on the Booker Prize long list, and one of them arrived from the publishers. I'm not actually purchasing any of the books on the Booker Prize long list because that would cost me hundreds of pounds. I think I worked out it would cost me something at least £130, because there's 13 books on the long list and they're all about £10 each, so £130. If I was to buy all the books on the long list, I don't have the money to do that. I just don't. So I'm actually getting the publishers to send them to me, and I'm going to review them anyway, so they're sending them to me. The ones that our publishers don't send to me, I'll get out of the library probably. So a publisher sent me this, which is Night Boat to Tangier by Kevin Barry, and so I had to put down Miss Pettigrew because I'm doing this Booker Prize thing, which is gutting because I'm loving this so much. So yeah, so I put that one down, and I am on, what page am I on with this one? I'm on page 171, and there's like 200 and something pages. This is about two gangsters are at a port, and the port is indoors, and it's just kind of like a waiting room at a port that they're sitting in, and they're talking about their lives. And one of the men, his daughter is missing, and she's older, so she can go off by herself. She's not a child, but he doesn't know where she is. So he's in this port waiting to see if his daughter's going to come through. So every new load of people, he's like looking for her, is my daughter there, stopping passers-by, he's friends with him, and they're both saying, have you seen this girl, and talking about it. And then it's flashbacks into their life, and their life as criminals, because they were professional criminals, and the wrongdoings they did within their life. It's just boring. Like, it's just boring to me, to be perfectly honest with you. I'll tell you one thing that I'm finding really, really tiresome, and this is obviously a personal thing because some people wouldn't find an issue with it, swearing on every single page. I was playing a game with Dom where I was going, flick to a random page, just do that, flick to a random page, stop and see how many swear words you can find. And he was like, oh my god, there's like loads of swearing in it. They swear in every kind of sentence that they say, and I get it, they're supposed to be like hard men and criminals, but for me, I'm just finding it tiresome. It loses its effect if you're swearing all the time, and it's just unintelligent, really, perfectly honest with you how I feel. This is okay though, like, I feel like it's really mapping out a story and, you know, you can kind of connect to it in some way. I'm just finding it boring. I'm just not interested in these men's lives. But I feel like it is written well, it just, their lives don't interest me. The way they treat other people doesn't interest me. The way sex is talked about, like these men having sex with these women, just like using them, and I felt angry, so I thought if I go out and have sex with someone I feel better. It's like, oh, that woman's a human being you're talking about there, sir. It just, I don't like all that kind of bravado, gangster, laddish. It doesn't appeal to me, to be perfectly honest with you. I'll probably finish this off today. Yeah, that's just it. This book isn't for me, but some other people may enjoy it. So I'm going to carry on reading this. I have just washed my hair, and so I'm going to do some reading before bed. I have some pyjamas. I have my Miffy top because I love everything Miffy. I have my Aladdin pyjama bottoms. My swan socks. I can't wait to go to bed. And I don't think I've shown you my bedroom before. Here is my curtains. They're like this kind of cherry blossom curtains. And then if you go around, I've got all these fairy lights that I pinned up around the wall, so they go all the way round to my bedside. And here I have a little thing of me and Dom. We're a match made in Halloween Town. And happy Halloween, because it's Halloween all year round for me. I love that picture. And then I have my book here, so I'm going to read some more of Night Boat to Tangier and hopefully finish it off. I can't wait to be finished with it and hopefully finish that off tonight. I'm currently in the car. I look like some kind of hermit creature, but I haven't updated you on my reading. So, like, the Night Boat to Tangier wasn't for me, wasn't my kind of book. I've already done a review of that. It didn't speak to me in any kind of way, to be perfectly honest with you. I then was going to start reading Miss Pettigrew Lives for a Day. I was like, finally, our moment can begin again. And then I got sent from the publishers another book, a long list book. And this is Lani by Max Porter. So because this book is on the Booker Prize long list and I'm reading the long list, I am going to have to read this one, which I feel so sad. I'm like, Miss Pettigrew, I will come back to you at some point. So I'm currently reading Lani. And then if I get a bit bored and I just want like a quick read, I've got some Agatha Christie. Dom's here as well. We're actually going back to Essex to get Lola back, to steal Lola back off my parents and then drive her back to Bristol tomorrow. So that's why I've got another book with me. Look how gorgeous this is. It's an Agatha Christie collection, AC collection. And the spine is really nice as well. So it has all the different books that are included in this one. So you don't even have to get it off your shelf. You can just see which ones you've read. I really like this book. I got this, how much was it? It was £5 from a second-hand bookshop, and I think that's a really good deal. So the first one I'm going to read off this is The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. It's the next day. We're driving back to Bristol. We've got Lola. I don't know if you can see her, but we've got her in her cat carrier with all her little like blankets I put in there as well for her. I am reading Max Porter's Lani. So part 1, you've got this kind of monster who lives in the woods, but we don't really know a lot about him, and he looks at the village, and then you've got all the different people in the village. And then part 2, a little boy from the village has gone missing, and that's what's happened so far. I think it's really interesting the way in which it's written, and the monsters passages, let me try and show you, they have kind of this weird writing. So all this curved writing is stuff the monster is hearing, like snapshots of different people's life. And then the rest of it's just normally written. And so it will say Lani's mum, and then it will be from her point of view, and then Lani's dad. And then in part 2, Lani, the little boy, goes missing. So far, I am enjoying it. We are back in Bristol, we are back in the flat, we've snatched Lola back. We went away for a wedding in Cornwall and we gave Lola to my parents for a few weeks because we were in Cornwall, and now I've snatched her back. So she's back where she belongs. So that's why we went and got Lola. I finished Lani on the drive back as well. I really enjoyed this. So it's set in a small village, and then it's about a little boy goes missing, there's a magical creature in the woods, it goes into mad magical realism. I thought it was a really interesting, cleverly done book. I really did enjoy Lani. I thought I would give you a little life update because I think a few weeks ago I was sitting in this very spot, in this very chair, and I was like, I'm gonna make daily videos. Ah! And I never made daily videos, and I kind of stopped making videos for a few days, and that was because I have applied for a job that I really, really want. I can't talk too much about it, but you know me, I'm a bit of an oversharer. I can't like not say anything. I've applied for a job. I can't say the school, but the school is amazing. It looks like Hogwarts. Like, it's mad, it's beautiful. And I applied to be a learning support assistant. So you're working in a school with children, but you are not a teacher. So in schools, they have learning support teams, and they support children who maybe have disabilities or learning difficulties or mental health problems. And then a learning support assistant, which I have applied to be, is someone who goes into a classroom and takes a child out, maybe one-on-one or in a small group, like up to 3 children. You take them out of the classroom, so the teacher would have said everything that this child's got to do. You take the child out and they do it one-on-one with you or in a small group, but you're not a teacher. I'm not sitting here being like, I'm a teacher. I have no teaching qualifications. I'm not a teacher. You just assist that child and just kind of monitor them and encourage them and just like help them with things that they need help with, but you're not a teacher. And I really want that job. I think it's going to be a really good like job for me. You have to be like emotionally intelligent and really encouraging with the children, and then report back on how they're doing. And as someone who has dyslexia, I think it'd be a great job for me. I really want it. I really want it. You know when you want something so bad and you're like, oh God, and I'm not like qualified. I'm not qualified for it, but I think ideally they'd like someone who's done this before in another school. So I am qualified to do this, but I haven't got experience doing it. So they'd kind of be taking a bit of a gamble on me if they chose me, and I'm just so worried that other people are going to have applied and they've got more experience with me, so they can be a lot more easier. I haven't been called for an interview. I will find out in a few days, because that's when they're calling for the interviews, whether I've even got an interview. So the next reading vlog is probably going to be me like, I just hate life, I hate everything, if I don't get an interview. But I hope I at least get an interview so I can kind of like say how much I want this job, because I really, really want this job. So that's why I haven't been making many videos, because I've been so nervous about this. I've been like trying to film and then being like, oh, I wonder if I got the job, like just like that the whole time. So please, everyone, positive thinking, fingers crossed. Hopefully I get this job, because I really do want this job. So that's it. I'm going to end the reading vlog here. I will see you again soon, obviously, for another video, and hopefully I'll have the job. So I will see you soon. Thank you for watching.